Times Square actually had two names before it was Times Square. At first, it was called the Great Kills. Three streams converged in the area and led out into the Hudson around 42nd and 10th Avenue. This is in the 1600s when the Dutch had it. When the English took over in the 1800s, they named it Long Acre Square because the horse and carriage industries began to blossom in that area. So they named it after Long Acre, which was a district in London who already had a successful horse and carriage industry. John Jacob Astor, who the Astor Place train station here in Manhattan is named after, he made his first fortune in the fur industry, the fur trade. He took his money from that, invested it into New York real estate as New York City began to expand further and further uptown. Remember, first, New York City was really only the tip of Lower Manhattan, Wall Street, and the current Battery Park area. So as it spread further and further uptown, Astor began to rent out lots to restaurants, nightclubs, theaters, etc. And as homes and businesses got pushed further and further uptown as New York expanded, it brought with it that element of crime, specifically pickpocketing, prostitution, armed robbery, etc. It earned a name through this reputation as the Thieves' Lair, they called it. In 1904, the New York Times newspaper moved their offices to Times Square. So in honor of that, the city renamed it from Long Acre Square, and they named it Times Square after the New York Times. The publisher during this period threw a celebration. So he had a fireworks display at midnight, New Year's Eve, in celebration of the new move. And he began to do so every year after. After 3 years, he had the first ball drop, a tradition which we still implement to this very day. Contrary to the name, is actually bow tie shaped. It goes from 42nd to 47th Street and is one of the most visited places in the world.